We are here in Lee Summit. I'm with two of my students. Scott found the deal, Jeff's renovating the deal, and we've got a major deal on our hands. You want to walk us through exactly what's going on here? We just closed.
This was an insurance claim that didn't actually go through insurance. So it was a fire, and we'll see on the backside, but pretty substantial damage to the structure, the entire roof structure and the rear elevation. So Scott was able to pick this house up, and we were able to team up and purchase it from him. Our process will be to basically demo out everything that's been burnt. We're gonna build back the entire roof line. So we'll be tearing off all of the roof, it'll be completely flat, and then reframe all of it, new shingles and all that stuff, and we'll rebuild the back wall. And then
What's the budget?
Budget right now is 150.
Okay.
We'll try to slim that down.
Yeah.
Per
so
request.
it already came down 25. You were at 173 in the beginning, right?
That was a guesstimate when we first walked it.
So you think legit budget's 150?
It should be pretty close, yeah. So I walked it with a couple subcontractors,
Okay.
The framing crew, and you and I kind of talked through that and found some other areas we can cut back, but more than likely we're gonna have to replace all the windows. Yeah. We'll have to replumb everything, supply lines, drain lines, all new electrical. Basically gonna be a new house, new HVAC, like I said, new plumbing, flooring, sheetrock, everything from the studs up.
All right, let's go through, let's walk the back and then we'll walk inside. You look up there, that you tarped it.
Twice.
Twice, the first one blew off?
This thing, yeah, blew off. We came back and got it a little bit more secure over here on the ends. Initially, I didn't want to walk up on that fucking deck, so we just kind of came down over the deck, but you can see my ropes here. The wind tore that fucker loose and had it flapping up. So
you just had to really tie it down so that it wasn't going to move anywhere.
Yes, we brought it up to the house. We went ahead and got up on top of the deck, and it's burnt, but it's somewhat stable.
I looked at it, didn't look too stable.
Well, for my guys are a little bit lighter weight than I am, so they can climb up those stairs. So yeah, we'll be probably demoing the majority of this. We'll leave the posts and this girder system here that it's sitting on, the beam.
Right.
There'll be a little bit of repair to that over on this side, but all those joists from the top side are all scorched, so those are all gonna have to go.
Is this a big job for you, or is this average?
It's not bigger than what I've done. I've done larger scopes, but typically we do like moderate size stuff, you know, mostly interior, not a lot of structural shit, you know. It's all the same, it's just more of it.
Is this one that was like, oh man, I gotta do this, or is it more like kind of challenging and fun?
It's fun. So on this, we had architect engineer come out and kind of walk everything, take a look at it. He's got an initial scope of work. There's still a lot of contents and burned out debris and stuff in there we have to get cleaned out. The guy that we're using, the architect, actually does a 3D scan of everything. So once we get this cleaned out, he'll come in and do a 3D scan to draw out an as-built drawing of everything, and then another drawing that'll show the modifications that we'll talk about once we get inside. Typically, the city would require a copy of the insurance scope of work that has a detailed line item of every single thing that's gonna happen so they can kind of understand the scope of work. We don't have an insurance scope on this because it actually never went through insurance. These individuals capped out on their policy, essentially. Like, the insurance company sent out an adjuster, and the adjuster determined that the amount of damages exceeded what their coverage was, so they just paid them whatever the cap was.
Got it.
In cash, and then sold it, essentially.
What's our budget for demo?
We had kind of just bookmarked about 10K in total. We'll see kind of where that lands at. We'll be able to get
So the goal is to half that right out of the gate.
Yeah, with the initial cleanup. The roof line, like I say, needs to come all the way off, but then there are things that weren't necessarily affected by the fire that are still gonna have to be addressed, like wood rot and things around the perimeter. So a lot of the siding's bad out here.
One thing we know is it's gonna be perfect.
It's gonna be beautiful.
And this house also, when we looked at it, is like, whoever built this, whoever that was the builder here, like it was the most efficient builder I've ever seen. Like, they didn't give...
In terms of space utilization?
Oh yeah, like we tried to reposition,
And I think we may be able to play with that once we get things demoed out. We'll take like the sum total of those 2 bathrooms and master closet and reconfigure that best we can. In terms of damage to the roof structure itself, most of the significant damage ends about where this wall is right here, where the numbers are. But we're gonna replace everything because everything that's not burnt is still affected by smoke, which is the big problem. And you can see up here along the eaves where the black smoke was actually pushing out from behind the trim on both sides. We would have to be able to media blast it and then seal it.
Yeah.
We can't get into those areas. So basically where the roof stops, that straight line all the way across that's coming off. So from basically top of the windows up.
Yeah, to me, it just seems like it needs a whole brand new roof system because
it does.
it's going to be, even if you were to tie it in, it probably the cost of labor to do everything else.
We would still be paying to, in best case scenario, we would still be media blasting and sealing those areas.
Yeah.
In which case, we might as well just replace it while we're all up in there.
Take more time doing it the other way.
Yeah.
Maybe not save that much money.
Not really.
And
because again, we have to get down into all these little eaves and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't do that from the inside, so it's just going to get replaced.
So we are going to be able to pick up a bedroom on this, though, right?
Yeah, that's one of the additions we talked about including.
Yeah. On this property, originally, what I was thinking to do is, like, if you have a big job like this, ideally it would be add an addition and push the price up, but there's no place to do that on this house.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room to do an addition. So you can see here we've had water, like this is the opposite side of the house where the fire was, but you can see all the seams of the drywall where the water came through and stained through. So that means we're gonna have mold in there, especially smoke.
So we're gonna have to rip this out too.
All the sheetrock's gotta go.
All right, so pretty much all the sheetrock in the whole house?
Whole house.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, this too?
We'll see. I mean, the problem is this has absorbed the smoke smell.
Yeah.
So you may not notice that, especially initially once we like clean everything up and paint it and all that. But in the summer months when the heat comes, then that smell reoccurs. So this is where the underneath side of where the fire started. You see this wire that runs along the top right here. It goes up to a receptacle outlet in the kitchen, which is where the fire started. So there's not a lot of burn damage down here. You can see right here, it's mainly just that rim joist from the inside. The outside is burnt all along. That's where where the deck goes.
Okay, so deck ties into that.
The deck ties into that, so we'll have to demo that out.
Okay.
In this space is where we're talking about adding a fourth bedroom
Right.
and potentially a bathroom.
We got a lot of square footage in here.
There's a lot of footage. We have a few obstacles to work around, like the posts and the ductwork. We could potentially move the ductwork. I feel like the best scenario for a bedroom is going to be this corner back here.
100%.
Because we have a panel right there, and I don't really want that in the bedroom.
But it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world if you do it.
Can you put your closet there?
We'll put the closet right here under the beam. What I'm going to do is actually move this ductwork over as much as I can to get it closer to the beam to reserve that head height over there. This window.
So you want to move this ductwork over here?
As close as possible, yeah, to clear up that ceiling height. This would be the window, ideally, that we would have opened up, cut out, and brought down to make an egress right here, which then makes this a conforming.
So you just need one of them?
We just need one in a closet.
So if you're doing a basement, you just need one, and that is a dig out on the outside.
Yep.
And basically you're cutting this window so somebody could climb out and get out in case of a...
Yeah, we need just over 5 square feet of opening space.
Okay.
And it's mainly, that square footage is based on a firefighter being able to get in with equipment and everything, not necessarily the out part. We'll be opening that up. Now this foundation is, for the majority, it's exposed on the outside. We didn't really take a look at that outside, but the ground level is about here. So we'll just have to open that up just a little bit more and put in the window well right there and have that concrete cut out. So ideally this would be the bedroom area. We'll get a closet in over here. This is all mechanical on this side.
Yep.
Existing washer and dryer location is right over there to the left of the furnace.
So you're gonna have basically a hallway coming off of here and then kind of...
Yep.
And kind of coming off this angle so that this is enclosed as a separate area.
Right.
This is a bedroom. We're gonna add a bathroom as well?
Yeah, so the bathroom ideally would be right here where this fridge location is.
Okay.
So that would kind of create the outline of our hallway. And the reason for that is this is the main plumbing stack right over here underneath the stairs that comes down and goes into the ground right behind this refrigerator. So that keeps us from having to trench a long distance over to wherever our toilet is. So we can get that in right there. So just a half bath more than likely.
I would say it's not worth it if it's a half bath.
You wanna do full?
It has to be 3/4.
Okay, so we can...
if it's a half bath, it's just not worth it.
All right, so then I might move the water heater over just to give us a little bit more footprint here.
Is that water heater good?
It seems to be.
Because worst case scenario, we could add a tankless. And
I think we might want to, because this is all high efficiency. It looks like this was running. It's all, there's soot and everything on the inside of this thing.
Yeah, you can order. We can order a gas one that goes to the outside, and
Just vent it straight out along with these other vents.
Yeah,
and then that clears up our footprint.
Yeah, so I would say let's do that because that's only going to be probably $1,000.
Yeah, give or take.
Call it 1,500 worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like this is 1,200 installed probably, 1,250, something like that, with your expansion tank and these new rules. But for the whatever tankless, it's probably $700-800 ordered and then installed.
And then just plug and play, essentially. We don't have to vent it. Another problem with having, this is a standard water heater, meaning standard efficiency. It's vented the old school way with the metal ductwork or the metal flue that goes up and out. This doesn't have its own fan that blows that carbon monoxide out. Typically that would tie in with an 80% furnace that has a flue also going out. That does have an inducer fan right there. So when that kicks on, that pushes that CO2 out. The water heater typically relies on that velocity to push it out. There's not enough velocity to push it all the way up. It'll just raise and condensate and then come back down.
So we'd be improving it by doing
It would be improving it by doing that, and we're able to get rid of that flue. There's no reason to have the flue going up and out through the roof.
All right, so that's something we'll have to put on the plans, relocate that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a great idea.
So bathroom right here, washer and dryer still located right over there.
Yeah, that's great. So where are you gonna put the washer and dryer? Because obviously they should be on the...
It's over there right now.
So it's already, I would just say that's fine.
It's over there now. I'm not crazy about having to come all the way down here for laundry, but as you said before, we don't have a lot of additional space upstairs to...
Well, one thing I would tell you is just like, if we make this clean and we add a couple cabinets in there, people will actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I might flip it around. We'll see. We'll see how I can reconfigure it, because if you think about it, that washer and dryer is going to kind of be sticking out in the doorway of that storage space a little bit, and I'm not crazy about that, but
yeah, I would think if you could get it on the back side, or even not make it a part of that bathroom, but on the back side of that bathroom.
Yeah.
Depending on how you do that.
Yeah, I think we can figure that out pretty easily.
Alrighty, so the editor is going to be taking over for the rest of this video because unfortunately our microphone on the camera randomly decided to stop working, but there's a lot of valuable information in this video about how to flip a fire damaged house. So I'm just going to run you through it and tell you what they're planning on doing. So first of all, they discussed with their contractor Maynard a trash out price of $2,500, which everyone agreed on. Up here in the living room, there is a kitchen on the other side of this wall right here. So they're going to open that up, turn it into an open concept. They're going to vault the ceilings all the way up, and they're going to reframe the entire roof line. There is fire damage on the roof, so instead of just piecing random roof joists together, they're going to reframe the entire roof. They think that with how big the job is, it'll probably be better to redo all the framing to make reconfiguration easier. The kitchen is small. They're going to keep the shape of it and keep the island and possibly move the fridge. They're planning on stripping almost everything in the kitchen to the studs. If anything is good, they're going to keep it. If anything is even slightly charred, they're going to replace it. Here in this bedroom, pretty much everything is staying the same. They're just going to update the ceiling fans and do cosmetic things. There's no real damage in here. There is this coat closet in the hallway that they might take out so they can gain some space in the bathroom, which you'll see right here. They're probably going to make the bathroom ceiling not vaulted because they have to tear down the drywall anyway, and they just want to get rid of the skylight in here because skylights leak and they cause problems. So here in the master bedroom, they're going to take out that skylight, of course. The major change is going to be this bathroom area. It's kind of this open concept hotel-esque layout right now, and Troy isn't really a fan of them because he thinks people would prefer to just have a walled off bathroom for more privacy. And myself included, I wouldn't like a layout like this, but let us know what you think. But overall, it's looking like a lot of this area is going to be taken down to the studs for reconfiguration and because of the fire damage. And when it comes to this skylight, if it weren't leaking, they'd probably leave it, but it is, and it's probably just going to be an issue in the future, so they're going to take it out. And in this bedroom, not much is really going to change. They're going to do new flooring, paint, fixtures, just the cosmetic stuff because there wasn't any fire or water damage in here. Overall, this is a big job and they're excited to see how it's going to turn out. A lot of the house was tiled, which actually saved the house's subfloor and basement from getting flooded. And that tile is a huge reason that this house isn't a complete gut job. Jeff is going to be working on this one. He's an experienced contractor. He's a student in the Millionaire Mentorship Program, and Troy has a lot of trust in him. And if you're new to house flipping, depending on your experience, a house like this might not be something you want to go for at first. However, right here you'll see Scott, who's also a student in the Millionaire Mentorship Program, and he wholesaled this house to Troy and Jeff, so he got to make some decent money for just bringing the deal to them. And that's just another reason why the Millionaire Mentorship Program can be so great, because you have a network of like-minded people with a bunch of different skill sets to get stuff done. Scott brings this deal to them, he makes money, Jeff and Troy fix up the house and flip it, they make money, and this neighborhood no longer has a fire damaged house in it, so it's a win-win-win. And really, the connections you get in the program alone are an absolute game changer. You get direct access to Troy, you'll meet veteran contractors like Jeff who would be glad to help you out, and you've got plenty of people wholesaling real estate in the group, so they will literally find and give you deals which can save you a lot of time. If you're interested in joining the Millionaire Mentorship, there is a link in the description of this video. You can set an appointment and see if it's for you, and we hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching.